Okay, so hello everyone. We're going to do a review video, and oh my gosh, just a little anecdote. I just recorded this video. I think I spent like 10 minutes on it, and forgot to put the record button. So this is gonna be the second take. I know, which is kind of too bad because I usually the first take is more like organic. It's everything. Second take, I had time to research, and then that's like, okay. Now I have to remember what I talked about and say it again, which is kind of stupid, but let's just go with it. So, the movie we're going to review today is actually a cartoon. It's a cartoon from 1976, and okay, I was not born in 1976, but somehow this very old cartoon, I watched it later and then I really enjoyed it. And even recently I found it on Netflix and I watched it again. I remember like, oh wow, I really enjoyed it. And then I was thinking, wow, this cartoon, like, even though it's so old, it really holds up. And now I look at the date, it's like 1976. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, I'm just like reviewing a cartoon from 1976 and recommending it to you guys. Well, okay, just watch it. It's pretty cool. So the cartoon is called Asterix and the 12th Task. In French, that's Les 12 travaux d'Astérix. So it's a French cartoon, and it's about Asterix and Obelix. Those are the two protagonists. And Asterix is like a very small, smart guy, and he's like the main guy. He's kind of short, very funny guy, and very smart. And Obelix, he's a little bit big, very big actually. He's very stupid. He has yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, he's like a very and he also has this little dog called Idefix. Like, they make a very good pair, Asterix and Obelix, and together. So the story about Asterix and Obelix is that they live in this village in France. At that time, it's back then when the Roman Empire was invading all of Europe. The Roman Empire, led by Julius Caesar, has not invaded one small little village. That small little village keep resisting, and because the small village, they have a little secret. So the druid in that small village, he prepares a little magic potion, and when the villagers take the magic potions, it gives them inhuman strength, and they are nearly invincible. So if you send them like this little village against the Roman Empire, like they destroy them like nearly completely. Like it's not even like close. So those are the kind of like the premise of the entire cartoon. Like, there's this little village, they have this magic potion makes them invincible, and and then the invaders cannot invade them because they're too strong. So this kind of like sounds like, wow, this is kind of like a situation where the protagonist is too strong. There's nothing interesting about it, right? Or like, it's kind of like the protagonist is a Marisu because there's nothing, like, it has no faults. It's impossible to beat them. But this is a comedic cartoon. Comic cartoon. It's not really like a cartoon like watching Batman or Spider-Man or some like action cartoon. It's not an action cartoon, it's a comedy cartoon. So even though you get this premise that they are completely invincible, there's a lot of funny thing happening, and that's why I really love this cartoon. It's all the fun and like all the comedic moments. So let's get back to the task at hand. Yeah, the task at hand. The 12th task of Asterix. In this cartoon, there's something very interesting because the Roman legions, they keep going at the village and they keep losing. They keep getting the butt kicked, getting destroyed. And at some point, the Roman legion, they say like, well, there's something wrong. We are the strongest military in the whole world, but we cannot beat this small little village. There must be something wrong. And then they're thinking, maybe the people in this village, they are gods. That's why, no matter what, we cannot beat them. And if we're up against gods, then it's pointless to try to fight, just try to give up, I mean, I think the idea was that those Roman legions, they were kind of getting sick of fighting, and they were looking for a good excuse to give to Julius Caesar to tell him like, yeah, let's stop doing this, we're sick of fighting those Gauls, this little village. So they go back to Julius Caesar and then tell them that this little village, they are gods, there's no point to fight against them. And Julius Caesar, he finds that ridiculous. But, he wants to entertain the idea, because that's, like, everybody seems to start talking about that, and everybody seems to agree that, perhaps, like, there's something up with those goals, something supernatural. Which is kind of true, they have this magic potion that makes them invincible, so yeah, they do have, like, something supernatural. But to the point to call them gods, that's a little bit ridiculous. So, to figure out if they are gods, what is Julius Caesar gonna do? He's gonna think about, like, a way that, like, they determine somebody was a god in the past. For example, the story of Hercules. To determine that Hercules was could be admitted among the gods, Hercules has to complete 12 tasks. 12 tasks. So, those 12 tasks, I don't remember like what they were, but I think some of them included fighting some dog, the dog of hell, which had 2 heads, and then just fighting, running faster than the fastest animal on earth, or anyway. So Julius Caesar say, hey, how about we come up with a bunch of tasks, something similar to the ones that Hercules did, and if the Gauls can complete all 12 tasks, they declare the gods, and then they cannot find them. So that's kind of interesting, right? Like, so we're not gonna pick the same task as Hercules, because we need to pick something that is current. So Julius Caesar is gonna pick 12 tasks and challenge the Gauls. Say, okay, you beat those 12 tasks, we consider you guys as gods, which is a little bit ridiculous, but it's okay. And then since you guys are gods, we give up, you all win, and then we are your servant or whatever. But if you are not gods, then you must surrender to us, and then, something like that. Now, what is interesting about the 12 tasks of Asterix, that cartoon, is that the task given to they're given to the whole village, but actually it's mainly Asterix and Obelix who are gonna go through all those tasks to try to beat those tasks and complete them. So those tasks, they're not all like related to strength, and I would say like maybe 1/3 of them they are related to strength, so the magic potion really helps. But the rest of it is like the strength has nothing to do at all. And that's what makes those tasks actually very, very difficult for those Gauls, because a lot of time they have to use the wit, the brains to beat those tasks. And okay, like when I said use the brains, it's not even like something like there's no like nothing like mathematical or nothing or something like that. It's more like street smart. They have to be to outsmart the task. And I would say like that's what makes it very interesting, because despite having a potion that makes you nearly invincible and then like the strongest human on earth, you still cannot beat those tasks, And then even like during the cartoon, Julius Caesar, one of the advisor of Julius Caesar tell him, okay, even Hercules couldn't beat this task because it's so insane, I don't know which one they were referring to, but there was a lot of tasks that were like a little bit crazy. And one I remember, it didn't involve any strength at all. It involved beating the bureaucracy of Rome. So they just have like to get the right paperwork, but it's like to get this paperwork you have to sign some other document, you have to go all the way. It's like all kind of mess, and it drives people crazy. It's a little bit, reminds me of like, how you need to get healthcare in America. It's but anyway, it's It's very interesting. It's very funny cartoon. I would advise you all to watch it. This is my spoiler-free review, so you know I don't really spoil too much of the cartoon. But later I'm gonna make another review in which I'm gonna rank from the order of task. You know, from my least favorite to my most favorite task. And I don't know. I just wanted to do that just to discuss about the cartoon because I really like this cartoon. And oh, where can you find it? The 12 Task of Asterix. I think you can probably search on YouTube and then find it somewhere. But it's also on Netflix, but it's not in the. I don't think it's available on Netflix in the US. You might need to find it on VPN and move to France or something. And from there you can actually find that cartoon. And if you speak French, please just watch it in French because that's really like where you get all the humor and all the you know unfiltered part of it. I think in English, I don't know. I haven't watched it in English, but I think it might hold up. But I'm guessing that it's not gonna be as good. Okay, yeah, a very old cartoon from 1976. That's my recommendation, and you know, just keep following this channel, and keep an eye out for my another review where I'm gonna talk about this cartoon again, but in details, ranking all the 12 tasks. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you later. Ciao. Oh, what the hell? Nice.